Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back. It's me, your host, Ebot, and this is another episode of Toys in My Closet. And today we're going to take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified series, Spirit, Iron Knife, and Cobra Officer by Hasbro from the G.I. Joe line, obviously. And these two figures have been out for quite some time, and I've had my hands on them for a while, but I have not had the chance to take a closer look at them. So, as we all know, these are two really mainline characters from the original vintage line and even the 25th anniversary. These guys look absolutely fantastic in their window box opening, keeping up with the same aesthetic and motif, as you can see, for all you Minton card collectors. So therefore, you won't skip a beat. They still look good, and they still haven't changed them until the sealed box with the art in the front only. So it's going to be interesting to see if Hasbro will continue to do these single card figures in the future with the same window box, or are they going to completely change to closed box like they are with Kamakura? But Kamakura is an Amazon exclusive. So Spirit Knife, real quick, we'll take a quick look. Him inside the box. The box broke. See, he has a lot of cool accessories. His artwork is really, really cool and different. It's very stylized, but really cool looking at the same time. And then you see, when we turn Spirit around, there is his cue card or codes of expertise. These are the things that he specializes in. He's number 36 in the wave and in the series. And if you turn it this way, you'll see the cool artwork again of him there. As you can see, it looks very unique and different. Like I said, stylized, but cool. And then he does still have the artwork of the figures that have been available in this line thus far. Now we'll take a quick look also at the Cobra Officer in his window box opening. As you can see, looking really cool. And you can see again another nice artwork, but also very stylized. Each of these arts are created and drawn by different artists as far as I recall and as far as I remember. So if you turn the Officer to the side, those are his special specifications that he stylizes in or specializes in, as you can see there, which you can find out the information for each one of those in the website. He's number 37 in the line, and you turn it this way like so, and you see the complete artwork on this side, which looks really cool as well. Completely stylized, and you see that they have like the Cobra, I believe, not the Rattler, but the other one, the one that's all black, the Night Raven. I believe it's the Night Raven. That's what it's called. And again, it's the same box artwork as we know so far with the characters in the line so far as that have been available to this thus far to this point, which is quite interesting. So we'll turn them around really fast. Boop, put them side by side. They look really cool. So like I said, I know I'm a little bit late to this review, but I still wanted to take a closer look myself. So sit back, relax, enjoy a digital drink, and hopefully you'll join me for the rest of the review and for the ride to see what these figures have to offer, and if they're any worthy, or if they are worthy of your time in your collection by the time we end the unboxing and review. So I hope you stay there, and I'll see you guys real soon in a blink of an eye. So here we are. First things first, let's take a quick look at the Cobra Officer. And the Cobra Officer looks very familiar, but in reality is quite different and distinct from the other troopers thus far. As you can see there, he has a really, really nicely detailed face sculpt. There's a lot of lighting here. There you go. You see he has a more of a tannish type look. Looking almost like he can be either Indian or Latino, for example. He has the mask over his face that looks more like an older traditional ninja style instead of the more futuristic one. The black temple, leather temple going on top. On the side panels you can see with the blues and the blacks. On the collar you can see has the detail of the zipper in silver going around. It's very nicely painted as well. The emblem of Cobra is actually sculpted. This is actually sculpted, and it is in nice gunmetal silver with some ranking tabs here in the front in silver. And then he has this nice strap, which would be full pockets with that nice shiny black and some hints of grays on the top of the shoulders. Then he has that ranking patch that came with the Cobra Island ones, with the gray with the ranking symbol. The only difference is you cannot take this one off, because if you notice his forearm gauntlet, where obviously it has this different style of glove that looks like all one piece, so you're not able to take it out. And this is not removable, so you can't really take it out in this case. He has the black patch on the shoulder there by the bicep, on the actual bicep as well. In the back he has that pattern going on with the line with the strap. Then he has his utility belt, so to speak, with some nice spots that are open for his accessories. And this is a separate piece which you can push down. You see, nicely done. In the torso area, looks all unified one piece, but he actually has a cut in there which looks really cool because it's nicely hidden. And in the crotch area you see the pants details with all the fringe, lining and actual folds and stuff like real pants. And he has this knife holster here on his left side and our right. The knee pads, which look like almost like Cobra symbols, and then his boots that are kind of old school with the buckle on the inside, if you noticed. So really nicely done. It has really nice detail, as you can see there, and he looks really good as far as a trooper goes, and he's very distinct and different at the same time in comparisons to the other troop officers that we got in the Cobra Island line that was that was exclusive to Target. So now we'll take a quick look at his accessories. So here we have his accessories, and you see that he comes with a nice hefty amount. So we'll start off with his helmet. And in his helmet, you see that this time around it's a little bit different. It's more simplified, but it has that V symbol in the front with the silver and then the black outline. So it's a little bit more simplified, but has that symbol of rank. And then he comes with the for his side blade, knife, shiv, whatever you want to call it, with the handle in that black, really nice, as you can see there. And then with the gunmetal silver painted on, actually for the first time, really. Then he comes with this smaller old school style pistol, very 40s and 30s looking. It even has a Cobra symbol right there in the corner for detail, if you can see it. Really small, but it's detailed on both sides, as you can see, which is really cool. And a nice attention to detail as well. Then he brings his other semi-automatic gun. Nice matte black with a lot of detail. It has a little space there for you can put the magazine. It comes with the 2 magazines here for each one for each of the dedicated, dedicated weapons, handguns, weapons, rifles, whatever you want to call it. Here's the rifle, the assault rifle. It has a nice matte black all over with the brown, touch of brown underneath when you hold it, which looks really, really nice. With a little space there to add the scope, and underneath for the magazine for that classic look. And then he has this rifle sheath. You can store it and put it away in his back. And you can see it looks very leatherish with a leathery look with the Cobra logo on it, and then the peg to push it in the back, which looks really cool, really nice, and really full of attentions to details. So that is what he brings as far as accessories go. So now let's take a look at his articulation. So before we get started on his articulation, one real quick accessory that I forgot to show that I wanted to show was the actual scope. It comes with the scope that you put on the rifle. So that also came with the accessories. So now let's take a look at his articulation. So for his head, it moves left and right with no problems, no issues. It looks down that much. Hyperextends back a tremendous amount. And then obviously you have the ability to tilt from side to side. And the neck is on a double ball peg and dedicated peg underneath here on the bottom, as you can see. His shoulder goes up that much. There is the butterfly effect. Bicep double on the elbow. There's even a movement here on the actual guard of the glove, forearm guard on the wrist. And then in his case, I believe the hand goes, is it in and out? I'm not sure. Oh, no, I think it's up and down. Yep, the hinge is, oh, there it is. I'm trying to figure it out. The hinge is up and down, but I guess because of the, the forearm guard is a little harder to do. And then he has the torso crunch cut that goes like that. Hyperextends back that much. He obviously has the waist swivel. He has added, back to with the torso swivel, and added to the front with the torso as well. Then in the thigh leg area, he has the drop down like so you can obviously do the Van Damme split. Bring these back up. Thigh swivel, double in the knees, still with the pegs, no pinless. And then a boot cut, back that much, forward that much on the foot, and then the rocker, and no toe articulation or toe articulation. There's none there. So for the articulation, it's par for the course. But with this trooper, you're getting way more than the others because there's no vest or overlay to kind of hinder him, which is really cool because now you could make him pose in a lot of hyperdynamic poses as opposed to the first two regular troopers. So now let's get his accessory on and see how they look on him. So we're going to start off with his helmet. We're going to put it around his noggin. Whoop. Fits right in, nice and snug. Whoop. Completely on. Then we're going to turn him around over here. And these spaces, this space here on this one is supposed to be for, the scope. So you can put the scope right in there. And push that in there like so. Put the scope in there. Hopefully it'll go in with no problem. It's fitted, like it's shaped to fit the way that it goes in, like so, you see? has the shape to form fit, you know, the way it's supposed to fit in there, like that. Then on this side, this is supposed to be for one of the magazines, as you can see. So we push that in. I'm trying to see if I should push it in this way. Let's push it in like this. Let's see. Or maybe we can do it like this. It doesn't matter. Oof. Trying to see if it goes in more. Feels like it can, but I'm not sure. So that goes like that. Then on the side pistol, which would go there, we'll put the smaller pistol in there. Push that in. That goes in like so, which is really good. Then we put the sheath on the peg here in the hole, in the back. Like so. Goes like that, and then we put the long range rifle going that way, like so, in here. I think I lost his head. The helmet. Where the fuck did his helmet? Where did his helmet go? Oh boy. And then we'll take the little assault rifle and put the magazine in here for it to fit. Oh, there it is. It goes this way. So it's gonna look like this from the side view. Put it in his hand. Boom, boom. Really quick. Pass the finger through the trigger, like so. So he's gonna be like fully equipped. And he's gonna look pretty badass there, like so. And then he has the knife, which is the last thing, and you can fully store basically all of his weapons. And then when you come look at him at the end of the day, there he is. He is fully loaded, ladies and gentlemen, and he looks fantastic. Fantastico. He looks really great with all of his accessories and all of it, and in all of his glory with all of his accessories. It looks really, really good. Really, really good. Real quick, I'm trying to see if I can find his helmet, which at the moment I can't. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. And here he is with the helmet, as you can see. He looks really great. These officers really look really, really good. And they have a really nice, full look to them, since they come so packed with so much weapons. And it's really great that you can store all of them, or all of his accessories and weapons, on the actual figure. So what I'll do next is we'll come back and do some comparisons with the other officers, and maybe with some other lines, and some 3.5-inch Joe's troopers as well. So I'll see you real soon. And here you go, guys. Here is a comparison with all my 3 3/4-inch Cobra troopers and officers from G.I. Joe Classics to 25th anniversary, Pursuit of Cobra, Resolute, all kinds of stuff. As you can see here, I even got, things like, Python Patrol, like that right here. And the newer stuff that was released by Hasbro earlier this year, or last year, from like these that are a lot bluer and more vibrant and a nice blue color to them. vivid blue color. And I even have some, female action troopers, which will be cool to see later on, classified. Maybe some female troopers, as well. Sorry for the camera movement. So we'll move right along with some more comparisons. And here we have next to the other G.I. Joe classified 6-inch troopers that were released before. This is the first release from the Cobra Island series. As you can see, he's the one with the black vest, the red logo, came with the little goggles, and then we had the one that was with the blue on blue, what you see that has the actual blue plates on the boots, and he had a more tan skin color tempo also, as opposed to the very white looking one from the first Cobra Officer. These had I think was the technology they use for the face. That's why they look a little bit more hyper realistic, I guess. But you can see all three of them together look really good. Even though they look similar, they still look very different, which is very cool. So let's do one more comparison. And here he is next to the G.I. Joe Classified Flint. And this is the Falaverse Gray Delta Troopers, with, one of the expansion packs. And you can see they still scale very nicely in the same size. With that aesthetic and military feel, they look really good together. So just to give you a general idea of how cool they look. So now let's take a closer look at Spirit. So welcome back. Bye-ya, guys. Here we have Spirit out of packaging and on all of his glory. And Spirit looks really, really awesome and really, really cool. Although there is some things that I think he needs to have that I don't see there, and I hope it's not because of dumb ideologies or, Hasbro thinking they're offending anyone. But there you go. There's his face print looking really nice with the red Cherokee bandana with his dreads coming on the side, or his locks with the red tips around him. He looks very Native American, looking really good with the nice highlights and shade, tones and shades. The skin, like a hazel, it looks like he has like hazel brown eyes. Then you see the little hint of red with the red shirt underneath. His old school traditional strap, where he has grenades and a smoke bomb, a sheath here made out of that nice leathery Cherokee leather that they use. The communications comm. Then you see that it has like the G.I. Joe logo there with some rankings going up. It looks like he has a shirt that's only into the bicep cut with the fold. You see even the little details of the pin there. Details of the pin in the shirt there. Then you turn around, you see he has the axe, which is the tomahawk with the actual feathers in a circle. Pretty nicely done. There's the back. He has some 2 pouches there. It's supposed to be magazines. Pouch in the front. The buckle in black. Another pouch there. Another Cherokee buckle underneath. And this is all stuck together in one piece. Then he has the glove arm perch for, the hawk, himself. That he has his steed, if you will. I always forget the name of this. Oh my God, what's it called? It's oh my God, I forgot what it's called. But either way, you guys know what I mean. His hawk. Then the pants look nice with that nice beige, kind of brownish beige Look, with another knife sheath there in brown. A gun holster sheath there. On the other side, he has the glove with a gold arm wrist bracelet, and he has it on this side as well. Going down, and then his boots. Looking pretty traditional and basic. Nicely detailed with the bottom of the boots being a black sole. I have a little bit of paint blemish on both sides there, but you know. And then the pouches in the back pockets of the pants. So as far as his look and aesthetic, he looks really, really great, even though he's missing a pivotal part, which they'll probably include with a retro card version of him, which would get me upset because I don't want to buy another one just so that I can have the right look of him, even though this is supposed to be a little bit of a modern take. But he's missing the cloth that goes in the front and the back from his tribe or his, his people. But again, I don't know what that's called, so please forgive me. If you know what it's called, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't know the real technical term for it or what it's actually called. But now let's check out the accessories that he came with. Alright guys, and here we have the accessories for Spirit Iron Knife. And he comes with a nice mount. First and foremost, comes with a pistol, a hand pistol, all black with matte finish, with really nice details. Matter of fact, you can see there, it has a indentation and design of a hawk's wing going around, and on the other side you see the face of the hawk and the rest of the wing, which makes this gun completely unique only to him. Then he brings two small knives, this one all black, matte finish, which would be a black metal, which they do sell knives with black metal, believe it or not. So there's the black metal one. Then you have a gun metal silver one, as you see there, with all the little detail on the top, intricacies with the black as well, and then the silver, and then the holster is of a ram head, almost like the way you saw with Skeletor's staff. And then he brings his rifle, classic rifle, looking really nice, all the nice details, as you can see there, looking really, really nice. All the way to the gun barrel, the scope, and the magazine is removable, even though it doesn't tell you that it is. It is removable. So a nice extra attention to detail that Hasbro implemented. Then we have, moving right along, his sash and pouch and backpack. Black panels here on the top, pouches in the bottom, and then the perch, wooden perch for the hawk or the eagle, which Jesus, I still can't remember his name. Excuse me for that, please. Give me 1 second. And here is his other accessory, which is really his steed, and is his eagle, Freedom. That's the name, Freedom. And you see that he has the articulation on the head area where the beak is, and then he has articulation on his legs. There's some movement on on the actual feet. And then he has the enclosed eagle wings with nice detail, coloring, dark brown, nice white on the head and the eyes, with the gold on the beak and the actual feet, which is really cool. Anyways, the open splayed wing, you can display it nice and open, looking really majestic on his arm or on his backpack perch. So that is all the accessories that our knife Spirit, aka, brings. And the nice thing is that most of these things he can host everything or house everything on his his body. He has somewhere to store it, which is really cool. So now let's take a look at the articulation really quick. And to be honest, the articulation is pretty par for the course, but with some subtle differences depending on certain characters. So you got the left and the right and the head. You got down movement this much. You got back that much, which is a nice amount. And then you got some tilt as well. He does seem to have a double ball peg, which is another peg here underneath on the neckline. Shoulders go up about that much, 180 degrees, bicep, double on the elbow, let's go up that much. They are not pinless. Then you have the swivel on the wrists. He has, in this case, he has hinges that go, let's see, in this case, he has hinges that go up and down, up and down, up and down, in this case. Then on the other side, the same thing. He has a hinge that goes in and out and swivel as well. Then he has the cut there, which is pretty hidden. Make it go forward that much, the crunch. Hyper extend back that much. And he has the waist swivel, which is really nice. And you can do a little extra crunch with the waist swivel included. Same thing with the thigh swivel. And then if you extend straight, you can move them from side to side, which is also very cool. And as you drop down, which are very tight, and basically you spread them out, you can do the Van Damme split. We're going to dip these back up like so. You hear a nice little click. Thigh swivel right there, as you can see. Then you have the double on the knee, hoop swivel, and then we go to the foot articulation, which goes back all the way, and this goes forward that much, and then obviously it has rockers. So again, like I said, par for the course, but with some subtle differences or maybe some subtle form of extension, like how far his back may move or how forward it may move. So that is pretty much the articulation. Now we'll take a look at him, Spirit, with all of his accessories. So we'll be right back. So let's put the accessories on the Spirit knife, and we'll start off with his knife sheath here, which the first thing that would go is this knife, and you slide it in like so. There you go. And then we'll take the second knife, boop, which goes on his side, and we'll slide it in here like so, nice and smooth. Then we'll bring in his dedicated pistol, and we'll slide it in right there, as you can see. And we'll take his backpack and we'll put it over his back, right? Then we'll take his rifle, as you see there, and we'll mount it right on this peg right here to this little hole, which is obviously where you have the trigger area, and we'll hold it like this, like so. And then finally, but certainly not least, we'll take his spirit and we'll plug it in up here on these two notches. On these two notches up here, which probably be a little tricky. Let's see. Let's put them there. With the two pegs in there. Alright. I'm gonna have to push them in like so. And then the other one the same thing. Pushing the peg. Voila! And there we have Spirit Knife with all his accessories on, like a G-Money, as you can see right there. Like I said, it's nice because he can house all of his accessories on his body. He looks really cool, as you see there. Now, of course, if you want to take the spirit out of his back, perch, and change him up, you can. And it's very simple. You just take the hands, you unplug the bolt. This is a ball peg right there. Unplug the other one, and then go and take the wings that look like they're going upwards, like so. And plug it in this way on this side. A nice little snap. Plug the other one on the other side. Like so. And then you have Spirit in all of his glory. So let's try putting it on his hands this time, on his hand perch, which is also very accessible. So you just put it in there, and then you put the other one in there, and you just push them in, 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 push them, push them, push them in. It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky with the hand. As you can see, it's a little tricky. Put that in. I honestly don't like this setup because of the way it is, but again, came right off. Crap. Very, very tricky. Push his hand up, like so. This is terrible. I can't do it on camera, but I can do it off camera. Give me 1 second, ladies. And here he is. Here's Spirit with freedom on his hand. And you know, with his rifle on the other side. So it looks really cool. Backpack. As we turn him around, see his backpack. Fits really nice. It matches his clothing. Really, really cool. So, you know, Spirit Iron Knife here is a very awesome looking classified figure. Very, very awesome. The only thing is that, you know, he's missing a very pivotal part, like I said earlier, and that's what makes me a little upset with Hasbro because I have a feeling they didn't include it due to, fear of, labeling, because he's Native American or Cherokee or Indian or whatever you want to call him. And they're afraid of, labels and maybe coming off as something racist, which I think is stupid, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong anyway. But let's do some comparisons and bring in the original 25th anniversary Spirit, which, as you can see here, even from the grenade and smoke, screen is exactly the same. The pouches, the two symbols on his arms, the side pouch. The only thing he has added new is the gun holster. But here he has his Indian boots or moccasins, and then his rifle, which is all beige because it was a toy. His backpack, and then, freedom in his hands, which was form-fitted. He just fit there. But if you notice, the red bandana, the actual, his little pigtails or whatever you want to call them, dreads, Cherokee dreads. If you see it doesn't have the sash in front and back, which is very tribal looking, very authentic to the Indian tribal look. And you see that the shirt is a little bit more teal as opposed to the bluer color. But this is the 25th anniversary. This is what I have. I don't really have a vintage Spirit from the vintage line, but I do know that the 25th was basically a straight, interpretation of those, just looking more modern, more up to date to fit, the times of figures and with the new techniques and technology that we have now in today's day and age. And then I do have one more Spirit from G.I. Joe, but this Spirit is a lot more different, as you can see. And that's because this Spirit, Iron Knife, is paying an homage to the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator. This is the Indian guy that was in the movie, or the Cherokee guy who played in the movie. I forgot his actual name at the moment. And this was his character, and this is what he looked like in Predator. So they made an actual G.I. Joe of it to pay homage and called him Spirit, to kind of get away with it because of the legal acts, problems, I guess, and licensing. So they named it after the Spirit that they already own, which is this Spirit, and passed it off as part of the G.I. Joe original characters, but it's really supposed to be an homage to the Cherokee Indian guy in the movie Predators, which is also really cool. And I'm really happy that I have this figure in my collection and in my disposal, for many reasons, obviously. So yeah, that's a comparison. So maybe I'll show you a few more things, and then we'll come to the finalization of the review. So here he is next to someone like Classic Vision from McFarlane Toys and from the DC Multiverse collection. And here we have him next to the Power Rangers Lightning collection. Dino Fury Pink Ranger from Hasbro as well. And you see that they scale more in the same size, but she's also very small. But looks really nice with the pinks and the greens, and you see how all these colors pop really well, and they look really good on a toy shelf. And here we have them next to the Storm Collectibles second Jin, and the other figure next to, as you see here, is the Robot Gundam Universe from Bandai, EZ8 Gundam. So very different lines, very different scales and characters, but still look really cool next to each other. As you can see, looks awesome. So I think that's pretty much a good point for comparison. Now let's go to the end of the review and give you my final thoughts. Okay guys, here we are on the spinner with Spirit Iron Knife and Cobra Officer Trooper. And again, these two are pretty fantastic figures. Not to say that, you know, because they're from Hasbro, but honestly speaking, the G.I. Joe Classified series is probably the best quality stuff that is coming out thus far from Hasbro at, you know, the price point that it is. But another reasoning behind that, I think, is because this is their actual property. They own it. They don't have to lease it out or share any of the earnings with any other third party or, you know, second man. This is all straight for them. And even though they started off maybe what some consider a hiccup, right? Because the figures were modernized with some different color palettes to match the ones of the Operation game, G.I. Joe Operation Force, I think it's called, that came out, which they were redesigned for that game in a specific way to appeal to a new generation of kids and to also pay respects to the original fan base, us, the OGs. A lot of people have taken, you know, that messaging out of context because they just, you know, they feel so defensive, or they feel like, you know, everything's maybe a conspiracy theory in case somebody comes to case in mind, even though he does great content and he has his heart in the right place. He's somebody like Retro Blasting, that he just thinks everything's a conspiracy when it comes to Hasbro and G.I. Joe. Not to say that their practices are not right, because some practices that they do, you can tell it's shady stuff. But a lot of that stuff has to do, I think, with investors. People that put in the money and invest in their company, and they're forced to do certain things sometimes to appeal to the investors, to make money, and kind of like maybe offset and forget a little bit about the fan base, even though without the fans they would not exist. So, not that I'm washing away their sins, but I think that, you know, in some cases they're not as guilty as people may think. In some other cases, yeah, they are. But again, it's business at the end of the day. They're here to make money and to give product for us, the fans, that we wanted and wished for and looked forward to for a long time. Just like this, like G.I. Joe Classified series, and basically, which is a G.I. Joe 6-inch toy line, which for a long time, many G.I. Joe fans have been wanting, yearning for, and asking for. And again, you know, that whole, oh, they were trying to make them look like Fortnite, I don't think really was the case. I think it was just that they were trying to make them look more par and course with the video game. And the video game, you know, of course, was colorful. And it was to appeal to modern day kids as well as the fans, like I said. These two figures are really great. They have a lot of great accessories. You know, a nice amount of space where you can store the weapons. They look great together right here, as you can see, side by side or back to back. And they're, for the price point, I think worth every penny. Good articulation, nice and smooth. And obviously you can tell the improvement just keeps getting better and better with this line, and they're trying to make it as best as they can for us, the old school hardcore fans, alongside with the old fans, that older fans that have been around for the long time, with the new stuff and the new fans that might come in today in this day and age. So I give it a thumbs up, and I highly recommend them. If you can find them, get them and add them to your shows. This is the one wave that came also with Storm Shadow, which I already reviewed. You can find them anywhere like Big Bad Toy Stores, Dorkside Toys. I believe even Entertainment Earth has them in stock concurrently. So run over there and check them out and see if you can get them. And they're priced accordingly. Maybe a little bit more marked up because they're third-party outlets, but not that much. Pretty reasonable stuff. So guys, let me know what you think of the review and my outlook on this with a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like. Share the video with someone you think might also enjoy it. As always, you guys can find me on any social media platform like Twitter, Instagram. It's all down in the description below. Or if you guys want to help me out in any way, shape, or form to help my channel or help me get and obtain better quality of content, there's a way you can do so if you want to, from the kindness of your heart, or if you have the means to, like I said, and want to just help out because you like what I do. It's not mandatory and it's not necessary. It's just if you want to. There's a way you can do it with the information down below of my PayPal information or my Patreon page. Or if you guys ever want to donate anything to the channel that you want me to highlight or showcase the way I do with these reviews here, it would be an honor. I would be more than happy to. Just hit me up on DMs, any of those social platforms, and we'll work out the particulars from there. Guys, this is your host Hebot signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time. This is the g.i.joe classified series, Spirit Iron Knife and Cobra Officer Trooper from Hasbro. I'll see you then, guys. Keep collecting. Do it with grace and respect to others in these trying times while having fun. And, we'll be okay. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye.